Life is an intricate tapestry, woven with threads of both joy and pain. Although avoiding pain may seem like a natural instinct, it is crucial to learn how to embrace and accept it as an inevitable part of life. Often, the pain we experience is self-inflicted, a result of our minds controlling our lives without our conscious awareness. When we resist the present moment, we generate unnecessary pain, stemming from a lack of acceptance. This resistance may manifest as negative emotions or judgments, and the extent of our suffering is determined by how strongly we identify with our thoughts. The mind has a habit of trying to escape from the present moment, and the more we cling to it, the greater our suffering becomes. However, when we learn to honor and accept the present moment, we can break free from the shackles of pain, suffering, and the egoic mind. The human mind has a tendency to resist or deny the present moment because it relies on the concept of time, which includes both the past and future, to maintain control. The timeless present moment is perceived as a threat to the mind's power, which is why it resists it. The mind and time are intrinsically connected, and they cannot be separated from each other. In a world without human existence, time would persist, but take on an entirely different connotation for the animals and plants inhabiting it. Questions like, "What's the time?" or "What's today's date?" would be incomprehensible to non-human occupants. Instead, they would exist solely in the present moment, with their understanding of time limited to the immediate now. For these beings, time would not be a quantifiable metric, but instead a subjective experience. If you were to inquire about time with a tree or bird, they would respond that the time is now, as there is no other time for them. This understanding of time would be markedly distinct from the human experience, highlighting how the absence of humanity drastically alters the very concept of time. Although crucial for navigating the world, our minds and concept of time can eventually lead to dysfunction, pain, and sorrow. Our minds constantly strive for control, covering the present moment with thoughts of the past and future. This preoccupation with time conceals the boundless creative potential of being, which is inherently tied to the present moment, and we lose touch with our true nature amid the chaos of the mind. Unfortunately, the human mind has become weighed down by an ever-increasing load of time, resulting in suffering for individuals and society as a whole. By ignoring or denying the present moment, we add to this burden and reduce it to a means of achieving a future moment that exists only in our minds. This accumulation of time in our minds also carries the weight of residual pain from the past, further compounding the burden we carry. If you desire to end the cycle of pain, both for yourself and others, and put an end to the residual pain of the past, you must cease creating unnecessary time. Instead, focus on the present moment, which is the only moment that truly exists. Make the now the central focus of your life. Rather than merely visiting the present moment briefly before returning to your preoccupation with time, make your dwelling place within the now. Only visit the past and future when necessary to handle practical aspects of your life. Embrace the present moment and always respond with a yes to it. It is futile to generate inner resistance to something that already exists, and it is irrational to resist life itself, which is always occurring in the present moment. Surrender to what is and say yes to life. By doing so, you will discover that life begins to work for you rather than against you. The here and now can often be unpleasant, and occasionally it can become unbearable or even dreadful. Yet, it is crucial to pay attention to how the mind categorizes it and generates suffering and sorrow by continuously assessing it. By observing the mechanics of the mind, we can break free from its habitual patterns of opposition and enable the present moment to exist as it is. This will offer us a glimpse of liberty from external circumstances, leading to genuine inner serenity. Once we have embraced the present moment, we can act accordingly, if needed or feasible. Recognizing and embracing the present moment as though we have intentionally selected it is imperative. Instead of struggling against it, we must collaborate with it to make it our comrade and accomplice, not our foe. This shift in perspective can work wonders and revolutionize our entire existence.